Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warieka LTV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warieka LTV. Keep it locked.
Now, I'm gonna tell you. We, us as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? You see? Set the path for the youth. Share, like, and subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. I don't know all this. Yes, I. Greetings once again in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I first, and all things that's good. Seeing? Welcome all viewers and subscribers. Viewers, if you like the content, subscribe and make way go to the platform. Now the subject here where I'm now touch on is in respect of many of our elders. You see, and what make I more than want to do it that way here is due to the passing of Dr. Pee Wee. You see, in Jamaica there. It's a sad moment, particularly for most of the elders them who are familiar with the process and things like that. You see, if you check out the Badass channel, Badass do a tribute to Dr. Pee Wee where I would like probably, replay for the item somewhat so that the item catch a fullness away of the doctors what the doctor mean to I and I, see, and things like that. Now the ensuing argument to I and I make, it might not have anything it might not related in terms of character or practices to Dr. Pee Wee, but in the same emotion and mode. We have to make mention about the Brigadistas of Jamaica. You see, one big up one little man when enough people now gonna remember, But Jimmy, can't remember Jimmy last name, Jimmy now a tan brother, Everton. Tan brother. Big up yourself, Jimmy. Jimmy teach me a lot. See, now I want to say, Jimmy teach me the definition of politics when I youth. Jimmy draw me one side and teach me. Politics is a science by which a people is governed. It's a science, Tommy. It's a science, Tommy. Just like medical science, and it make me looking at myself and looking to where I go. You see, so big up, enough respect to Jimmy. Now, I want to say, it's the Brigadistas them. The Brigadistas them now, over time, there's always been a whole heap of misdirection regarding the efforts and the character of the Brigadistas. You see. Now, make we observe the word Brigadista first. Brigadista is a Spanish meaning of a brigade, for the English brigade. You understand? Now, the brigade is like a group of organized people who follow a certain principle while applying their practice, whatever, to the public. It's and that enough from now Google definition from me. See? Alright. The Brigadista is somewhat the same. See? Now, the Brigadista is, like I said, it's just a Spanish term for a group of people, a brigade, a squad, organization. No, not an organization, an arm, a wing. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that, you see, the Cuban Constitution now basically require military service from each citizen or from most citizens for a certain period of their lifetime. So the notion of the term Brigadista now is more militarized than the brigade would have been militarized in the English translation or in the English characterization. See, so with that said now, most people, everybody were in the brigade or in every brigade always already have some level of army training and army principle. And the same principle would have been applied for in whatever process them carry out. You see, now the Brigadista was nothing more than a work brigade. You understand? Quick courses in certain little things like you have some plumbing for good in other community, you give some man some quick short and courses and the crew run in and deal with it bop quickly as possible and come out, you know, as man when I know nothing about plumbing. Just get an idea, just the quick overall fundamentals of plumbing, you know, see it and come give a hand. You know, see, this is like the Cuban way from my observation. I mean, I love if Jabi or some older man step in and give some more, you know, information about the practices. Because I'm not going anything in depth as much as I am on knowledge and full standing with letter. You know, see. So, every man now where exists in a Cuban society usually have to apply themselves accordingly. You know, see. See, so whether you have visitor, no visitor, whether if you're there as a resident, like that, which most of the Jamaican them who went there were residents. Go there as who got to go like run away from political violence and think go there as well as residents. So them themselves end up apply themselves to the brigade, to the Brigadista movement. See, like I said, the Brigadista movement wasn't just sorry, wasn't one particular to do one particular thing, but everybody, one thing that was well, everybody share was military tactics, and that's just a simple fact. So it's a national demand. You automatically have to have that. So if you're there and you have a rifle, you're legally have it. Probably you just do a duty. It don't matter. It's a different society concerning the whole thing. So whatever you do, the principle is gonna be like a militaristic type of principle you apply, you know, whatever you do. See? So access to firearm and firearm training wouldn't have been an impossible, far-fetched or alien or illegal type of thing to be doing. In fact, it would have been more promoted than anything else by the Cubans because it's something where them say natural. Them see it as a human right to every man type of thing. So they wouldn't deny a man that if a man is that way persuaded. This is not known fact. I would have deduced that from my own common sense, Rasta. You know, see. But again, I'm not gonna say a man was forced or it was what I call it, compulsory for a man to do army training and things like that. No, far from that. See, but like I say, the thing was there. See? Anyway, now you see with the hot step of them run we go there because enough of them fall in the Brigadista thing, but not in the sense where then them try gather military knowledge to come back and fight Jamaica. Them do it, them are most of the educational part of the whole thing because Castro never see Jamaica as a culture that's prepared to have military trained factions or military that much advanced military knowledge on the streets of Jamaica. Castro personally knock it down. Even when enough of the man them, most of the man them will run away to Cuba. That's the intent. Where them run go over the far. If you get Brigadista training so that them can come back and start a proper revolution with, the knowledge, necessary knowledge where it need. Castro never sanctioned it or else it to that. I ask, because the man them prepared. The fight was on long before Castro Cuba get involved, before them got Cuba anyway. So the further The spirit was already there. The influence was there. It's not like them need any prom or I look for that. Knowledge and support them I look for. And them certain they had it in Castro, but Castro, like me say, him never see, and them, like him explained, him never see the necessity if you have military trained people. Not that him not respect, but with the principle not dead, fi say well then after the revolution, man I go just forgot where him learn and go inside that railway. That was the notion. So him don't know what go happen to them knowledge after the revolution and things take over because we are not, you know, yeah, bottom, basically. Basically, January. Yes, I. You know, see, so most of the man them now channel that energy there in academics. Proper academics. Enough come out as doctor, enough come out as engineer, enough come out as medical. I mean, enough different profession come out of the Brigadista movements. You know, see, because this is the part of the thing where Castro advanced them towards. You never, yes, military access and certain basic military knowledge was accessible as well. Because like me I say, it's the norm within the society if you have this knowledge anywhere. You know, see. You know, see, but it wasn't to a point where Castro, Manley and everybody sanctioned for train some guy and them all come take over. In the beginning that was an idea, but like me I said, when two heads lick, you know, if it no, you know where. You know, see, so like I said, that wasn't the reason for the man them did it, and the training them when them get wasn't a process for come take over. Yes, the might can defend themselves above the average Jamaican and Jamaican gunman, no doubt. You know, see, but the training would have been and the training knowledge and expertise would have been more extent and advanced if the case was so. And you know, if that was the plan, if it was supported by Castro. But for the most of it, most of the man them when them go abroad, go to Cuba, the whole plan was for go train and come back, you know, start a revolution. Castro knock it down and say, no, you know, allow that, right. For whatever reason, I'm just saying, this is the facts. You know, see. But again, all of these at stepper who learn, who acquired professional academics and certain knowledge come back and exist in a society amongst man and man. You know, see, you see the two top man them are the top name them amongst the man, about the man them where they run around and got Cuba and things like that. Them was just like top name and idol. A whole heap of man run and go during the same process for the same reason. You know, see, I run from persecution. And we know say as much as them use them man there, Tony Brown and George Flash them as the label for the whole movements and for the whole process. Really and truly, it was so for them label was being used. For them label and characterization was being used to eliminate elements of opposition, see, from the JLP party. You know, see, so the whole notion anybody could have, because of how them characterize and develop the argument of Tony Brown and George Flash them and the act step of them and things like that. When them get rid of a man or whatever man with them want to get rid of them, just link him to the act steppers and just say, oh, one of them that, and the concern or the questions regarding the incident would have been less, you know, investigation, either non-existence or anything like that, because again, the party who was pushing this agenda was the one in power. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all of them man see these things happening and know the possibility of these things, and enough of them run away. You see, and enough of them wasn't a prominent name on the wanted list. Them some of who were prominent name on the wanted list were speedily forgotten because again, like I say, they had two known name, two big name, whatever up there as the main. And you know, after certain years or a certain time, certain things get quiet down side of the way. See, so enough of the man them come back, you know, come back, you know, and apply themselves in a society, you know, with the profession where them go abroad, go learn. You know, see it, you know, see it, whatever diploma, however, you know, work for different area. We now go into the specifics of that still. But the bottom line, enough of them money come back and them serve Jamaica without partiality, same way, because it wasn't a thing like so well that them aim was politically motivated as such. Yes, there was an air of politics to it, because if you align yourself with the side who's gonna give you more breathing space for at least bring your thoughts to the table, you know, see it. But it wasn't necessarily that, and it was Jamaica, and you could have seen it. Now the man them action when they will come back with them professional accolades and things like that. They will set up shop in the service of Jamaica. You know, for them money, we are like can call them the boy, I man not choose to do so, I man leave it as it is. You see, now I man not say Dr. Pee Wee was one of these man. You see, what I man say, Dr. Pee Wee is of that nature as well. You know, see, one of them community type doctor who never see him service as a, you know, what they call a card out of poverty or anything like that. Him see him service to him people as, you know, I think that's necessary, and the approach when take, you know, you would obviously see it as necessary as well, because the nature of the society where we live in, you see, with its limited and no resource whatsoever, you see. So he has always factored in these realities in that process. So it was more like a community doctor more than anybody else, more than anything else, you know, see. And a lot of people benefit, see. So while bigging up Dr. Pee Wee, we want to remember all of the hot stepper them who still out there help out mankind and contribute to humanity in a more positive way than the stereotype characterize them. You know, see, and we want to send some shout out and some love and respect to the item long before anything like this what we are doing with Dr. Pee Wee. You know, see, but we know so the item badness is different still. We know so the item still see the item seal a certain way, and the item still respect the item privacy to a degree still. You know, see, which is respected by and I said we, you know, see. So I know go afford for mention. No one a big man see me and box me. Because when me want to do, I feel just hold that and know say John no big man. When me want to fight a big man. No, I chat with a chat, no disrespect. Our big man them not stay, so our big man them call a youth one side. I build our big, that's how we know for build soldier. Because our big man them teach it. You see, so I build our big man them build we, they never kill me. You know, see. Someone has enough respect to man like Rome, you know. Rome, big up yourself, you know. Rome General Mark Springer reach out to you, man, hear them for me. Big up yourself, Raleigh. Big up yourself, Jeff, Shantilo, Maxi. Big up yourself, Ronnie Bap, Skilachi. You know, see, flipping and flapping and, you know. Yes, so, They want to give thanks. I want big up all of the man them in the 90s. Big up the 90s man them in New York. Big up all the man them in the Bronx. Big up all of the man them. Yes, sir. Mad love and respect. Share, like, and subscribe. In Rastafari.